MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
Good Friday morning. It's 5:30. Welcome to Montana This Morning. I'm Victoria Hill. Thank you so much for getting your day started with us. And good morning to Miller over in the Weather Center. Miller, we're dodging moths in the studio.
Oh, there he is again. Yeah, he's a big fan of yours.
They are.
He won't leave you alone, will he?
I hope he leaves me alone. If not, I might give a big shriek during the newscast.
Okay.
But I'm told they only come out when I arrive. So
there you go.
They're taunting me. They know I've killed their cousin.
He's heading my way now.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe he can do the weather for me.
Miller.
Come here, buddy. He's over on the green screen right now. Do some work while you're here, bud. Hey, you know, that's a beautiful shot this morning of the moon. I don't know if for some reason if we should have Luke Skywalker standing there with another moon and the theme song of Star Wars playing in the background with that shot. I don't know why. That's courtesy of Stockman Bake Weather Cam. Just fantastic this morning. 57 at the airport. Humidity's at 83%. A little sticky out there. Winds out of the southwest at about 3 miles an hour. So we take a look at temperatures across the viewing area. We've got 51 in Absaroka, 55 in Belfry. Colder though in Livingston, where we're sitting at 48. Warmer in Crow Agency at 57. Down in Sheridan, we're at 59. Highs today mainly in the 70s. We may see some 80s off to our east, but much cooler than it's been the last several days, but don't get used to it. We are going to warm up across the weekend, and then next week we are going to get hot. Luckily, those models are starting to come back a little bit cooler, even though we're still going to see some extreme heat next week, maybe not as hot as we originally thought, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. High today in Billings, we'll go with a 79, just a little bit below average, but I don't think anybody's going to complain. At least that moth, he's not going to complain. I wish they could have seen the look on your face when you just did that. It was funny.
Hopefully the humidity weighs them down. Yeah, you can definitely feel that humidity when you walk outside.
It is sticky. It is sticky out there.
I was like, well, it's still nothing compared to, you know, like when I lived in Chicago, or I'm sure when you lived in Georgia.
Oh, Georgia. Do not miss it. Do not miss that humidity whatsoever. No way.
All right, Miller. Well, we have some news, so I will get to it. Thanks. Our top story this Friday, a downtown Billings shooting sends 2 men to the hospital. Police report the shooting happened around 11:45 last night. They were called to an alley near the 100 block of North 27th Street. Both men were taken to the hospital with gunshot wounds. Police are still investigating and didn't release any details on a suspect or motive. Now we go to Florida, where nearly 100 people are still unaccounted for after a building partially collapsed. It is confirmed at least one person is dead, and as CBS's Laura Podesta reports, rescue crews fear that number could be much higher.
Rescue crews are working around the clock in hopes of finding survivors of the building collapse in Surfside, Florida.
They are so motivated to bring people out safely and restore them to their loved ones.
Search dogs scoured the rubble for any signs of life. One Miami-Dade fire rescue team used heavy equipment in the basement parking garage.
It is a very slow and methodical process because every time we start breaching parts of the structure, we do get debris that falls on us.
Surveillance video captured the moment the 12-story condo building buckled. One section teetered before also giving way. Floors were left pancaked on top of one another. Entire apartments cut in half.
This was a picture that you see in magazines from terror attacks.
The tower has a mix of seasonal and year-round residents. Officials say 55 of the building's 136 units were involved.
Friends and family can now only wait and hope.
Only God is the one who saved them.
We've been trying to locate them since around 4 o'clock in the morning. This is a nightmare that we can't wake up from.
Not long after the collapse, Nicholas Balboa saw a boy's hand waving in the rubble.
We were there, we were letting him know that we were there, and he said, you know, please don't leave me, please don't leave me. So I told him that we wouldn't leave him.
Amid the search and rescue effort, engineers are also searching for clues into what brought the building down. Laura Podesta, CBS News, Surfside, Florida.
One study found that the building constructed 40 years ago on reclaimed wetlands was slowly sinking for decades. The sinking was measured at a rate of 2 millimeters a year during the 90s. That may have impacted the building's structural integrity. Closer to home, Montana Senator Steve Daines wants the border with Canada open now. The Republican introduced the Restoring the Northern Border Travel Act, which would require the Department of Homeland Security to expand the list of essential cross-border travel within the next 10 days. One of his goals is to allow Canadians